Yeah.
It's all good.
All righty. Tanisha, you want to start?
Yes, we'll start off with Mike Trudell.
Hey LeBron, quick warm-up question before getting to basketball. We see your Madden team is 8-2. You know, Quinn had a tough loss. It looks like to Markeith, who is now 7-3. Quinn was undefeated. How is your squad responding to your coaching? How do you feel about your prospects as you move forward with your Madden season?
I feel very confident going into week 11. Today is week 11, and we head to Atlanta to face KCP and the Falcons, sitting at 8-2, and I feel good. Brady has his team well prepared. Coach Arians has his team prepared. Ronald Jones is the league MVP right now, and Gronk and Mike Evans and my receiving core are looking forward to the challenge against that defense. And then our defense is looking forward to trying to, which no one can do, is slowing down Julio Jones. But if we can slow him down a little bit, we give ourselves a good chance to go into Atlanta and come out of there 9-2. So see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you were an all-state receiver. Dudley said when he played, he was a little surprised with how much you pounded the run. LeBron, is that just kind of game plan with what you had on your roster?
Yeah, every game presents different challenges. So, depending on, the calls with the defensive coordinators calling versus my offense would dictate, some of the play calls that I have. If it's 8 in the box, then I know I got some passes that I can make. If it's, 6 in the box, and they playing a nickel or whatever the case may be, then I know I can, I can run the ball pretty effectively. So, just trying to be very efficient and have a game plan and then let the game take care of itself.
All right, for hoops, Portland's been basically playing playoff games, right, for the whole time in the bubble, and it hasn't been the same for you guys for obvious reasons. How do you get the squad to meet that standard, day one? And of course, you've all been there a million times. So how does that play out for you?
I'm not smiling at your question. Anthony is behind the. When he does silly stuff, I call him Anthony. Yeah, he'll only call you Anthony. I'll meet you in the mailroom. Oh, okay. I'll see you in a little bit. They definitely been playing playoff basketball since they got here to the bubble. Obviously, a lot of the games is like must win. They probably felt, and they've been playing some really good basketball along with some other teams here in the bubble. And it's going to be challenging for us, but that's what the playoffs is all about. Every matchup should be challenging, and that's what you live for moments to be challenged. So I look forward to the opportunity.
Hey, LeBron, it's Dave. How do you see Carmelo's role with this Blazers team, and what did you just think of the opportunity to face him in the playoffs? 17 years have to come to league together, 8 years since you guys last faced off in the postseason.
I guess, they've given him a role and they've accepted his role and has flourished under it. He gets a lot of catch and shoot opportunities. He shoots the ball extremely well, always have, and catch and shoot opportunities. When he gets smalls on him, he takes them to the post and uses his ability to, with his weight, with his footwork in the post, to exploit those matchups and has worked well for them. It's always fun too and exciting to be on the same floor as one of your brothers, one of your best friends. So, that's exciting for me.
Allie.
All right. Tanya?
Can you describe the moment when you guys were in the Bahamas and you see Carmelo drifting off into the ocean? Can you describe what went through your mind and what you did and all that?
Can I describe it? I don't know. I just knew that he was not back at the boat with the rest of us, and so I went out looking for him, and through the grace of God and through strength and not being afraid of the water, was able to help him back to the boat, and so it was the only thing that was on my mind at that point in time, was getting my brother back to the boat.
When you described the business of his life, did you think he was in danger when you were looking for him?
I seen the current was a little bit stronger than what it first started at, where we were, and I don't know, it's a blessing, honestly. We all talked about it, and he told me that, he felt like I saved his life, and really know what to say, to be honest. I'm just happy he's still here, obviously.
Kyle Good.
AD had some really great games during the seeding games, and some forgettable games during the seeding games. How much of a key is it for this series specifically for him to really dominate the Blazers front court, especially when you think about that sort of 2018 series where he led that sweep?
We just want AD just to be, hey, my guy. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I'm good. How you doing? How's the quad? Yeah, good. All right. AD's job is to just be AD. There's no extra pressure. Just be AD. He do everything. He does everything. He handles the ball for us. He posts up. He's on the perimeter. He's a defensive player of the year. There's nothing to even. There's no added pressure to go out and be AD. AD is dominant when he steps out on the floor before they even start in the stats. So, I think he's looking forward to the opportunity to be back in the postseason again, as well as his teammates.
Mark Medina.
LeBron, with how unique this whole year has been for a number of reasons, the unprecedented nature of competing for a championship in a bubble atmosphere. How do you compare what this challenge has been compared to other moments of your career?
Probably going to be probably the toughest one. This is the toughest, championship run for me personally, from the circumstances of just being in here.
So how do you approach it?
I don't know yet. I lock in. I've been locked in for the last couple of days once I knew Portland was our opponent. And that's really the only thing I've pretty much been thinking about. And I prepare as the same way. Just some other things changed, as if you were, in different previous seasons. But as far as me being locked in, that doesn't change.
Taylor Brooks.
Hey, Rob, so you gave us a nice scouting report for the Falcons. So you're playing in Madden. Can you give us a scouting report for the Blazers?
They have a two-headed monster and Dame and CJ. And it starts and ends with those guys. They control the tempo. They control the pace. They do all of the ball handling. And they're the rock of that franchise because they've been there. They've seen it all. They have playoff experience. They have chemistry between the two of them. And we have to have 10 eyes on them at a time. You got the 2 eyes that's guarding the ball and another 8, throughout every possession because they're that dangerous. So it starts with them. And then they have a Hall of Famer in Carmelo Anthony who can erupt at any point of a game. So you have to always key in on him and have that respect factor because you know what he's capable of doing. And I believe Nurkic and Zach coming back from injury has helped him out a lot as well. They move extremely well, offensively. They're one of the best scoring teams in the bowl. I'm sorry, not one of them. They are the best scoring teams in the seeding games. So you have to get stops. You have to get multiple stops. And you can't try to outscore them because they can score with the best. But they're not your typical 8th seed. I don't think they've ever been an 8th seed if they were healthy all year. And that's my mindset. I'm not going in as a 1 seed versus 8 seed. I'm going in with is the Lakers versus Portland. So I've already thrown that out of the window. So I won't be going in with my guard down.
Brian Mahoney. Thank you.
Going back to a couple of questions ago, around with how difficult this may be and all that. It's been a long time since you played a playoff game. You were hurt last year, and
Not that long.
well, for you, it's a couple of years. We're used to you doing this every year. I don't know. Did you ever sort of take for granted I'm going to be there every April, and we weren't sure if this was going to happen this year?
No, I don't take anything for granted. I live life every day. I maximize that day. I don't take anything for granted because at the end of the day, I know where I come from. I know what I stand for. So I don't take anything for granted, especially being in the NBA. It's my 17th season. I don't go into any season saying, okay, playoffs, championship. I'm all about the process, and whatever is at the end of that process. Time is a long time that basically had me out from the majority. The most I've ever been in my NBA career. So you just take it, you take it with that, and you learn from it, and you just continue to just push forward.
Last few questions from Jared.
LeBron, you said that you're locked in since you found out that it was Portland. What's different about playoff mode for you in this environment, and are you fully there right now?
I don't know what's different for me in this environment. As far as me locking in on an opponent and individuals, that hasn't changed. What's different is this is the environment. I'm not home. I'm not with my family. Not in my own bed. I'm not in our practice facility. I'm not preparing to be at Staples tomorrow with our fans. I'm not with a lot of things that's essential to my everyday regimen. So that's what's different. As far as mentally, that's always going to be sharp.
Joe Varden.
So Melo makes the Blazers better. He came in for Rodney, who got hurt, and he's boosted any number of things. They signed him as a free agent, and the Lakers could have had him. Is there any, frustration or just kind of shake your head that you end up playing against him in the first round when he was available?
No, I think everything happens for a reason, and everything works its way out how it's supposed to. Obviously, I would have loved for him to be a Laker at that point in time, but I'm not sitting here today saying, damn, he's supposed to be a Laker. He should be doing that for us. No, because what he's doing for them is what it was already written. It was already written. If it was written for him to be a Laker, he would have been a Laker. But I think, through the grace of God and through the grace of him being patient and him finding the right opportunity for him to succeed and be who he is, it landed him in Portland, and there's no envy for that. It's only praise and excitement, and it's like I'm just grateful for that he's back here, back in the position where I knew he belonged. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
All right, and Tanisha, I think you have the last one.
Yes. Uninterrupted. Hello?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Hi. So switching gears just a little bit, LeBron, obviously you're wearing the I am more than an athlete hat, and you had an open letter for the More Than a Vote with you and some of your other artists and other athletes. I'm just curious what you hope people take away from that letter and just moving forward with that campaign as we look ahead to the November election.
That we're serious, so serious about what's going on in America, about our communities, about voter suppression, about just the lack of knowledge, the lack of people who care for them, and we put a team together to be able to give our communities the resources to let them understand what their rights are. There's a lot of people who grow up in the inner city, one, are afraid to vote because of previous convictions or something that's happened in their life, and they've been lied to for so many years of why they can't vote, or they don't believe that their vote count, so they don't even go. We want change. We ask for change in our communities, and we want the people in our communities to know if we want change, we have to make it ourselves. So we're giving everyone the tools, the outlets, through the grace of the Lakers and the relationship with the Dodgers. My team was able to be able to use that as a place for polling. Through my relationship with Lloyd Pierce, the head coach of the Atlanta Hawks. That's another location down there in a huge state of Georgia, in a huge state huge city of Atlanta. That's a lot of Black people, a lot of predominantly noticeable Black people down there. And then also my relationship with Udonis Haslam. Guys seeing what we're able to do in Florida and in Miami. So just trying to give all the resources that we can, because we know how important November is, but more importantly, even past November, because it doesn't stop, and we don't want it to stop. We want to continue to keep our foot on the gas, and continue to learn and continue to educate ourselves, because when we don't, it trickles down to the next generation, because knowledge is power, and when you don't have knowledge, the kids that come after us, they don't have it, and it trickles down from generation to generation to generation. So I want to create mental wealth for generations to come, not only here with me, but after me, and so on, to where we can truly feel and believe that we're kings and queens, and not just talk about it, but people really recognize that, because we are just that.
Thanks so much, LeBron.
Appreciate it.
Thank